You'll be invited into a room for a long session, probably about 90 minutes to up to 2 hours. An assessment will involve many questions. I think you need to be prepared to that in the first instance. Some of those are quite probing, some of those are quite simple. We normally start with a general idea of what you're currently doing, how your life's going, what brought you here today, and in particular at this point in time, and then track back across the course of your life, often to the very, very early years, and even around primary school, secondary school, and before. Our focus is, of course, on your military history and events that have happened that you've experienced as a result of that, and subsequent to that, some of the troubles that you might have experienced. Some of those events, some of those situations you're involved in, or the individuals involved in, might be quite difficult to talk about. We find that whilst they are difficult, we don't do an extensive examination of those, but certainly get some understanding of some of the things the individual has experienced as a result of those experiences and what that's meant for them subsequently. So it can be a long session, it can be a difficult session, but it's very worthwhile. Treatment's difficult. Treatment with these type of, particularly, let's focus on post-traumatic stress disorder, because the treatments are different for a substance misuse problem or depression. But specifically with post-traumatic stress disorder, the active ingredient essentially involves reliving of the experience. So we ask that people re-engage with their experience. They're asked to tell the story over and over again. It's often very confused. It's difficult to remember what's happened many years on for individuals. It was an extraordinarily stressful situation. By definition, it's something that individuals regularly tell us, and our veterans are quite clear that they haven't felt comfortable in talking about this. But it's the active ingredient. It's something that we try and carefully approach. We ensure that individuals are ready. Individuals will dictate how far we will approach and retreat from a particular memory, but we're asking them to return to that regularly. Our treatments built around this exposure, this reliving of the difficult situation, are very evidence-based. We're not into trialling new and varied and wonderful things that individuals are coming up with, but something that has a strong evidence base has been shown to work. Again, I say it's difficult, but it does work. Thus far, we've had some success with our veterans, and we would like that to continue. It takes a lot of, it takes a courageous veteran to attend, I think.
Yes, this would depend quite a lot on the nature of the person's individual set of problems. It might be relatively brief, involving about 12 to 15 weekly sessions, or if there were other issues to address or the problem was more complicated, it might last up to 4 or 5 months. But the point is the treatment is time limited. We don't want people to feel they're signing up for some endless course of treatment, but we plan to sort of work together with them to work out between us what would be a sensible and practical length of time in which to make significant improvements in their life.